Hi there! So today I'm going to be bringing you an update, number one, for my Rolling Project 10 pan. Now this is a project that I just started about 5 weeks ago, and this is the first update. So go ahead and check out that first video. That way you can see the swatches of items, that first go around, and kind of be caught up. I like to do that. I don't like to start in the middle of a project pan, but that's just me. So I will go ahead and talk about the products that I have made progress on, the products that I finished, and I will go ahead and show you the products that I will be rolling into the project and then trying to use up slash finish. So let's go ahead and get started. So now first off, I have this foundation from Tarte. It's the Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. This is in the shade Porcelain. Now when I first started the project, I was right here, and I have made pretty great progress, I think. And I think since this took about 5 weeks, by the time I get to another update, I think that I will be finished with this. This has been such an awesome product, and I have definitely fallen back in love with it. I always knew I liked it as a mixer, but I have honestly used this every single day for 5 weeks and have yet to get bored of it. I like mixing it in with like thicker matte formulas. But even with something like the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, something that's more lightweight, something that's more of a lighter coverage, this still plays beautifully with. So I definitely know that I want to repurchase this. And I am excited that I put this in this project because it doesn't feel like I'm forcing myself to use it. But either way, I'm nearly done with it, so that's quite exciting. So now the next one I have here is from Stila, and it is their Glitter and Glow eyeshadow in the shade Kitten Karma. Now this product I had to take out the stopper and then kind of like mush it around and kind of guess where I was. Now this was my first guess, and now this pink line down here is where I believe I am now. And I feel like I really do enjoy this product. I always knew that, but I feel like since I've been dipping into it more and more regularly, I feel like it's drying out. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish it up before it completely dries out. I don't know why it's getting so crusty. It could be just the age of it, but I'm sad about that. I do have another Glitter and Glow eyeshadow in the shade Sunset Cove, which is really beautiful, but I know I'm going to miss this shade. And I know I'm going to repurchase another eyeshadow like this in the future. I just don't know how soon since they dry out so quickly. I hope that makes sense, but either way, I'm very excited to use this. I definitely haven't used it every single day, but as you can see, I have made some progress. So hopefully I can get this done before the next update. That would definitely be awesome, and I'm going to set that goal for myself. So next up I have a bronzer from Too Faced, and this is their Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and it is a pan that has been depotted because it was in a huge book of bronzers. So here it is, and I did repress it, and I will go ahead and put like a side-by-side picture, that way you can see more clearly and more close up how much I have used. This is so exciting to me. So when I first had it, there was a little dip in it, but it didn't hit pan, and using it over and over for those 5 weeks, I hit pan and then eventually had to repress it because it was getting really thin on the sides, and it's super paper thin right now, and I know that I'm going to use it up maybe in a week or so. That is my guess. So instead of waiting 5 weeks until the next update, I wanted to go ahead and put something in the project to kind of challenge myself to use it. I'll go ahead and show you that later, but I'm excited to almost be done with this. And like I said, I do have a full size of this. It's such a beautiful bronzer, and I really enjoy it. So definitely haven't felt like I've been forced to use this, so that's good. So the next product I have is from Benefit Cosmetics, and this is their Highbrow Creamy Brow Highlighting Pencil, and I do use this to highlight under my eyebrows every day. I really do like this product, and I definitely didn't think that I would as much as I do. I think I've just grown accustomed to the routine, if anything, but it's a really nice creamy formula. I tried it on my bottom lash line a few times just to kind of give it that pop effect, and make my eyes look more awake, but since this formula is so creamy, I feel like if I go too much into my eye, it kind of just smudges a little bit and my eyes burn. It's not awful, it goes away quickly, but still I tend not to use this, especially if I'm doing my makeup in the morning when my eyes are a lot more sensitive. It's still a really great product to use under my eyebrows. I definitely think it gives it a nice highlighting effect. So here is where I started, and I just put the pencil at the bottom of the piece of paper, and then here is where I am at right now. So as you can see, I've used quite a bit of it, which is super exciting. I didn't think that I would go through it that quickly, but I think since it's such a soft formula, it definitely is easy to go through. So I am excited to be using this up. I don't know if I'll use it up by the next check-in, but I am definitely going to try. Now a product that has taken me quite a while, and I didn't think I made as much progress as I did until I kind of lined it up with the paper and the markings that I made from the initial video. It's definitely been a product that I've really enjoyed because it goes with just about every lip color because it's a nude shade. But this is the Mercier lip liner in the shade Naked, and here is where I started, this black line here, and here is where I am right now. So I still made some decent progress. I definitely didn't anticipate it being this difficult, but I guess I should live and learn because lip products are difficult to go through. But either way, like I said, I've been enjoying this, and I should say my goal is to hit the top of the lips right there on the pencil, and I'm nearly there. So here is my goal right here. And I'm pretty close. I'm not that far off, so that's exciting. Okay, so the next product that I have been trying to use up is from Bite Beauty, and it is their multi-stick in the shade Brioche. Now this is a multi-stick which can be used on your eyes, on your cheeks, on your lips. I don't like it on my lips, I have found, because it just has this kind of brown tone to it, like a brown base, and I think it's just too dark for me. I don't like it. But I do love it on the cheeks. I do have it as my blush today, and before I set my face, I just put it on with my fingertips, and then I just dotted it in, and then kind of warmed it up with my fingers, and then I went in with like my foundation brush and I stippled over it, and I thought it was beautiful. And after I did that, I put on my bronzer and my blush, and I still think that it shows through in such a really beautiful, subtle way, but you still know that there's blush there. And I also love it as a crease color. It's so beautiful. I will just get like a blender brush and go over it instead of putting it straight onto my eye. I'll just get a brush, and it works so beautifully. Lovely eye base. It's just a really good product all around. And so I will go ahead and show you where I was and where I am. So here is where I was, that black line right here, and then here is where I am now. So the usage is minimal, but considering how hard this is to use up, I'm definitely happy with the progress. I don't think that I'll be going through this anytime soon, but we're gonna get there, and I've been enjoying using it, so I'm not mad at that. So now let's go ahead into the exciting part, and I will show you the products that I used up. This is always such a gratifying feeling to use up a makeup product, know that it didn't go to waste, kind of see where I stand in whether or not I want to repurchase it or not. So I'm excited to show you these products. I have here 3 totally used up products, and then 1 product that I hit my goal on, and I will explain that in a second, but let's start. So this is a powder that I used up. It's the Studio Makeup HD Finishing Powder. This was a powder that I got in my BoxyCharm a while ago, so I definitely wanted to use it up. Now I did mark it here. It was a little less than halfway, and I finished it up. So there is the empty tub right there. So awesome. I think I'm going to keep this little container and put like these little deluxe size Laura Mercier powders I have, because I hate the sifter in that. And then I'll eventually toss this, but I'm going to hoard this for a second and repurpose it. But this powder was really nice. I don't think you can find it anymore online, except places at like Poshmark or something. But I looked at the Studio Makeup website, and they didn't have this specific powder. It was really nice. It was nothing phenomenal, so I'm not going to lose sleep over it or anything, but so glad that I have it out of my collection. And score, I used a product up, guys. That's big for me. So now the next product I used up is a lip balm, and this is the Color Riche lip balm from L'Oreal. It was in the shade Plush Plum, and here it is, completely gone. And I didn't scrape inside of it because I wasn't gonna play that game, but I definitely did use it to the point where like the plastic piece was like scraping against my lips, and then I just stopped using it from there. So you can see inside the tube how much has been used. Let me show you where I started. So it was nearly done when I first started. It's this black line right here. But I knew it was going to take me a while, and it did. I was trying to use this quite often, and what I found was that I didn't love the formula as much as I thought I did. Using it regularly, I felt that it dried my lips out. Like if I used it with just the lip liner and this on top, by the end of the day, my lips would feel so dry. But I didn't love this. So what I did was I would try to put like a liquid lipstick or a lipstick first and then put this on top. And then my lips wouldn't feel so bad at the end of the day. Pretty lame. It was a nice, beautiful color, but I definitely wouldn't repurchase it. I don't think you can find this anywhere except like Amazon. And I do think I have another one in my collection that I might just declutter because there are better ones out there. And I'm glad that I have it used up, but I definitely wasn't in love with it. So that's another plus to project panning, is that you can definitely figure out whether or not you like a product. Either way, I'm glad that it's gone and used up. Okay, so the last product that I fully used up is from Laura Mercier, and this is her foundation primer. And when I first started, it was about a little less than halfway, right? This is just the deluxe size of the primer. So when it got difficult to kind of squeeze out, I then opened it, cut it in half, and that was so much in there. There was like 2 weeks worth in there. So if you ever have a primer and it's hard to squeeze out, open it up. There was a little bit like inside the cap, but I couldn't even get to that. So it is what it is. Either way, I'm so excited that it is gone. It's such a beautiful primer, guys, and it's super expensive. So I don't know if I will run out and buy it quickly because I do have tons of other primers, and I do have the Flower Beauty Hydrating Primer that I think is super similar to this one. So I'm gonna wait on repurchasing, but I definitely know that I love it, and it was a pleasure to use this up. Thank you for your time. All right, so that concludes all the products that I fully finished up. And then this product, an eyeshadow that I was using for my eyebrows, and I just wanted to hit pan on it. So I will go ahead and put a picture up here of how it first looked when I started. And here it is right here. Look at that pan. Isn't that just the most satisfying thing? So I'm super excited to have hit pan on that. I thought at first that I would hate panning one shadow from a palette, but it kind of made me use up a lot of other shades in this palette. Like this black shade right here, I loved using as like a faux eyeliner. And this eyeshadow palette is really nice because you have your basic like nudes that you can use every single day as transition shades. I'm really glad that I put this in my project, and maybe in the future I will use this up or pan another eyeshadow. But as far as this project pan goes, pan, yay! I have showed you the progress I've made on products. I have showed you the ones that I've used up, the ones I've hit my goal on, and now I'm going to show you the products that I'm going to roll in now. All right, so the first product I want to try to use up is a powder from Cover FX. All right, so when I line it up, it's about right here, give or take. But I want to use this up. I really truly love this powder. It's one of my favorite powders in my collection, and I'm always afraid to be out of it, but I might as well just use it, not wait till it goes bad. I'm about halfway done with this. I'm not too worried about it because I do use powder every single day, and this one is really nice for under the eyes too. I don't think it darkens my concealer, so I don't think this will be too hard to go through. Now the second one, speaking of concealers, is this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. It is in the shade Fair. I do not think it's a fair shade. It's a little bit too dark for me, but I feel like if I can mix it with other concealers, just like a little dab on the inner corner, I think it'll be fine. This is a really nice, like really thin formula, so I really do like wearing it because I don't feel like my under eyes are too caked up. So I did take out the stopper of this, which I hope I don't regret later because now it might get a little messy. but I kind of scraped the sides of it to see where I was at. And this is just a guess because the glass is frosted and you can't see through it even when you hold it up to a bright light. But I think I'm about halfway into this. I just want to use this up because this is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, concealer in my collection. And I just recently did like a foundation concealer declutter. And I just want to move through my concealers. And this one is one that I'm excited to use up. And I'm so close. So fingers crossed I can do it by next check-in. We shall see. Okay, so now a product that I do want to use up is just a mini size lip product. And this is from Hourglass. Now this was just in one of those like Sephora lip kits. And this is all the way rolled up. So I don't know the name of this at the top of my head. I will, as always, list everything down below, but it's from Hourglass. I think it's like a lip stylo, but I could be making that up, so don't take my word for it. I'll list it down below. It is in the shade Futurist. It's this really beautiful, like, nude tone, and it almost feels like a lip balm. So I'm hoping that this will be easy to go through. See, it's a really sheer kind of wash of color, which is really nice. And I think that it'll go with a lot of looks. And you know, it's summer. I don't want to wear anything heavy every single day. So I think that I'll be excited to, you know, reach for something like this. So again, this is all the way rolled up. It's just a deluxe size. And even if it looks like a little bit, I think it's going to take a second to go through. So I'm excited to have this in my collection because it's, you know, Hourglass is a really expensive brand, and I always just like put this aside and like, oh, I don't want to use it up. Does anyone else do that? You're like afraid to use up your expensive stuff, but when they go bad, you think to yourself, oh my gosh, that was so expensive. So I should use this up. I want to use this up, and I think I am up for the challenge. So now we have a highlighter, and it is a liquid highlighter, which I'm really kind of afraid of. But since I have the Bite Beauty Multistick and I use it as a blush, I think I'll be more prone to like using a liquid highlighter, you know, before I set my face. I don't know, that's just my thought process. So this is from Cover FX. It's their Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight. These are so beautiful. I think I got this like in a Sephora play. It's this tiny little thing, but please do not let it fool you because you only need the tiniest bit of this and it goes a long way. And I used it the other day and I really do enjoy it because even if I do powder after I put this on, it doesn't lose its effect, you know, it still looks bright and beautiful. So I'm excited for that, and I'll go ahead and swatch it for you. But it has this like teeny little dropper, and like I said, you just need the tiniest bit. So I kind of just get it and I dot maybe 2 or 3 tiny little dots and we're good to go. But it's a really beautiful champagne-y type highlighter, and as you can see, the way it reflects is so beautiful, and I think it looks so nice on the skin. So I'm glad that I'm pushing myself to use this more, because if it was in my drawer hiding away, I would probably just use something else over it just because powders just seem faster and easier to me. But hey, maybe I might be a pro at liquid highlighters by the end of this. But here is where I think I am. It's just like with the concealer, the Tarte concealer, I had to scrape around and kind of guess where I am. So I hope you don't mind it, but I should be about here, and it's going to take a really long time, but it's a beautiful product. I would hate to see it go to waste, and here it is in my project pan. All right, so now the last product. Now remember how I told you that I wanted to add a bonus product because I'm so close to finishing up the Too Faced bronzer? Well, I thought to myself, hey, how can you kind of challenge yourself and not be without the 10th product for, you know, the 5 weeks or whatever it takes to get to the next update? I wanted to put in an eyeshadow palette. So I'm not going to come at this thinking that I want to pan a specific eyeshadow. That's not where I'm coming from with this. I just wanted to put this in right now at this check-in time just to get more use out of an eyeshadow palette that I love and sometimes I throw it to the side and forget. So this is from Too Faced, and it is their chocolate gold eyeshadow palette. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such a cool, super reflective packaging, and the shades in here are so beautiful. Every time I use this palette, I really do enjoy it, so I want to get as much use as I can. And what I thought to myself is, you know, viewing other project pans, I see people kind of giving a count to their goal. So I want to try before the next update to use this in total 20 times. So whether it be grabbing one shadow or grabbing multiple colors, I just want to pick this up and use it 20 times. I hope that makes sense, but I thought it would just be a fun way to get use out of an eyeshadow palette. 20 times may not seem like a lot, or it may seem like a ton to some people, but you know, it's 20 times more than I probably would have used it had it not been in this project. So I'm excited to have it as like a little extra challenge, and I hope I'm not showing off by adding another extra challenge, but either way, that is that, you guys. And I really appreciate your time and tuning in, and I cannot wait to film the next update, and hopefully I have some of these products used up. These are my favorite videos to watch. I love to film them, so I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Don't forget to subscribe and stick around so you can follow me on my journey. And if anything, stay kind and be awesome. I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye!